Hey guys, this is a video on how to breathe on big sets of squats. What do I mean by that? I mean sets of 7 to 20 reps, something around there, at heavier percentages. This does not apply to when you're doing sets of squats at 50% in the middle of a metcon or anything like that. This is for like stamina sessions when all you're working is that squat, and for whatever reason in your training you need to do bigger sets, right? That's the context that I'm talking about. Let me talk to you about the specifics of the protocol right now without the barbell, then with the barbell, and then with lots of reps, and then I'll tell you about the logic and the reasoning behind it. So the method is very simple. I'm gonna start, once I have that bar here, I'm gonna inhale through my nose, and I'm gonna think about pushing my viscera down, right? Like I'm thinking about pushing my stomach, everything down. What that will create, that will make you, without thinking about it, create that pressure around that belt. I'm using the belt right now just for feedback, and you should do too if this is the first time you're doing this. So I'm gonna inhale, and when I hold is when I really feel that tension here, and all I did was inhale and push my viscera down. I didn't have to think about the 360 thing around at all, right? That's the first thing. So before the rep starts, have my bar here, inhale, push the viscera down and hold. Then go through the rep, holding the air, and as you're coming up, you're gonna exhale the air very slowly, very controlled. You can do that snake sound that makes you look like a weirdo if you're surrounded by people. But what that will do is will allow you to release air very little so that you don't relax the torso. And as you're doing that, you're tensing the core, right? So basically all we're doing with this protocol is keeping tension on the core with the use of air, really, right? Like this is a concave space, right? Like there's a lot of space here inside the torso. So as soon as I breathe in and fill it with air, I'm compacting that space and I'm gonna make the whole structure more rigid. That's all we're doing. Let's see it in action with one squat. And then once we have the technique with one squat, I'll tell you how to use this with various reps, which is what we are trying to do. So I will never squat this way, but for the purpose of this video, I mean facing that way, but for the purpose of this video I will. So I'm gonna unwrap this barbell. I'm here, the first thing that I do is inhale, push my viscera down, and hold, right leg. That's it. Very simple. So what you saw there, and I did those squats very slow and controlled so that you could see it. What you saw there were 2 reps, and what you saw there was the cycle, how it will look with lots of reps, right? So inhale, push, hold, as you come up, exhale slowly, when you're at the top, exhale fully, re-inhale, and so on. What happens, once you have that technique, the breathing itself, that cycle, is gonna be very useful and it's gonna tell you, it's gonna regulate when you should stop the set. Why? Because the moment that you need to breathe more, the moment that you have to hold the bar for a little longer, that you inhale and go down again, is the moment that you should stop the set. It's the moment that your glycolytic paths, like all the pathways that are producing the effort, are too depleted and they need more oxygen to kind of recover. That's it, you're done, you made it. And so the breathing pattern itself is gonna really help you also knowing when to stop, because one of the things that you have to be careful is when you're doing heavy sets with lots of reps, you have to be very gentle with yourself there. And you can, for example, hold the barbell for 5 more seconds and then get 1 more rep, right? Like you can always keep getting more reps, and so that's gonna cost. So that's the mechanics. Let me summarize. Inhale, push the viscera down, hold. That should create a lot of tension around the torso. Go down on your squat. As you're coming up, start exhaling very slowly at the top. Exhale fully, repeat. That is it. What's the reasoning behind it? And if all you needed from this video is this, you're done. Now, for first time viewers, let's talk about the reasoning behind it. the torso is a structure that has a lot of space in it, right? Like there's voids in it. And so when we want to make it rigid, we can do that by tensing the muscles, but it's gonna help a lot if we fill it with air, because then there's no room for like breaking, right? And so that's all we're doing. Why are we thinking about pushing the viscera down? Because that's the way that the diaphragm works. I don't know if you have heard when you're bracing or when your people is talking about diaphragmatic breathing. I even talk about that in those terms, that is like inhale 360, and that's good, but you can gain that. You can go 360, bring that belly out, and not really be using the diaphragm that much. When you push your viscera down, the only way you can push those viscera down is with the diaphragm. And so if you inhale and push those viscera down, you'll feel a lot more tension there right away. And that's why we use the belt for feedback, right? Because that will tell you like, oh yeah, I'm actually creating more tension there without trying to expand. It's just there, right? And so that's the reasoning behind it. Now, with like all cues, some cues will make sense to you, some not. If what makes sense to you is to expand 360, do that. Inhale and expand 360. That's totally fine. What matters is that tension there, right? What matters is the rigidity of the structure. Good. When we're exhaling up, we're doing it slowly, because if you're doing it too fast, everything is like exhaling relaxes you, right? And so if we exhale too fast, we're gonna relax the abs, we're gonna relax the core, the back of the core too, right? And so we don't want that. That's why we want to exhale very slowly, and then at the top re-engage and keep going. And I explained already why the breathing pattern is gonna help you figuring out when to stop. So I think we covered it. That is it. If I'm gonna make a video on how to breathe for shorter sets with bigger reps. Nothing too much changes in the biomechanics itself. A little bit on the exhaling and exhaling changes, but that's the topic for another video, so check that one out. Thank you for watching.